33 guy learning how to use a selfie stick outside at my favorite spot. Let's see if we can see all the way up to, yeah. I try to get out here every morning. You know, it's really important for you, for me, everyone, to have some exercise, move that physical body, and every day. So this for me is about 2.5 mile walk. Play pickleball a couple times a week, do a little bit of exercise, and still hauling wood and carrying water, right? Carrying water. Water's easy, that's a tap. Hauling wood, haul wood, man. So, yeah, isn't that interesting how to use this foolish thing? So, wonderful place here. Look at this. Look at this. Here, let's take a look in another way. Does that do that? No? Okay. So, that's one aspect of my life I'm trying to improve on, is making sure that my physical body has the best, most optimal functioning as possible. Like everyone else, you know, I like eating other things I shouldn't eat. That's another thing, nutrition. So I've been intermittent fasting since August. I did go under 190, which is the first time in 8-10 years. As I get more, as I'm really using this program, then I will probably continue. I want to lose a little bit more weight because I'm carrying some extra weight. And I do some exercise. I've got some weights at home. I do a bit of that again. There's lots of room for improvement. Of course, to me, the most important aspect of my self-improvement is meditation. Everyone needs to take a little bit of quiet time for themselves, with themselves, and that just goes without saying where I'm coming from. But, you know, do that. Minimum 5 minutes once a day. Sit down, close your eyes. Just be aware of your breath. So my short version for my meditation class: sit down, put your hands on your lap, keep your spine straight, be aware of your breath. And what will happen is you'll be thinking, breath, breath, breath. And then eventually you're going to be, the breath will be breathing you. Oh, look at that. Isn't that cool? Just and you'll say, oh, I'm meditating. Of course, with that thought, you'll be out of meditation. But the practice is the discipline, and it just shows how much we are a prisoner of our body and our mind, more than those people in Drumheller. So do a practice. You know, another thing that I'm working on, reading 30 minutes every day. Bit dyslexia. I really enjoy the internet with all the information I get. So it's easy to ignore reading, and I have so many great books. A friend of mine gave me a couple books on UFO, one by Hynek, the godfather of UFOs. So, as you know, I'm big into UFOs, or if you don't, I'll see if I put a description in the link below that says this is my UFO video, which I did on this channel previously. So I like using the internet for information. I like studying about UFO transparency, about AI, about relationships. A friend of mine keeps sending me stuff from this urologist, this doctor who's talking about sex and how to be a better sexual partner. Okay, that's good too. I like watching stuff about intermittent fasting. Gives me inspiration to continue to do what I need to do for my health. Let's see, what else we got going? I am going to be making videos about, God, like, God. If you don't really get the God thing, there's different ways to have a relationship with God. You keep talking to your higher self, your deepest part of yourself, your soul, which is that particle of God that is all of it simultaneously. The way to do that, the way to access your higher self is to do your inner child work. Whatever needs healing is preventing you from being aware of the deepest part of yourself. Now, being in a human body with this brain that filters out everything except for a very small portion of reality. Little tangent, we know that reality is merely energy. Actually, it's also all consciousness. So to access that deeper part of your consciousness, remote viewing experiments moves their consciousness out of space and time. Those are well-documented experiments in various peer-reviewed journals. We know that's a non-local consciousness is a reality, is your reality, but we're stuck in this body with our brain being a strong filter. So, definitely meditation is a slow, steady way of being able to access altered states of consciousness. Other psychedelics. Psychedelics is also another way. Okay, I'm going to talk about cannabis. I am so sensitive to that. The other day, I said this is like 10-year-old sativa on the bottle. I couldn't even drop her bottle, and I couldn't even get any out of the dropper. There's very little. So I took a little swig, but an hour later, it's like, holy smoke, something's happening. And I'm sitting down in my chair, and I've got my TV off, but the reflection of the bulb behind me. So it's fairly dark in the room, but the bulb is reflecting off of the television. I'm looking at this, and of course, because of how I've trained myself, my thoughts are, oh, that's like the light of God or something. Had some reference to God. So next thing I know, this is so bizarre. Next thing I know, the light didn't really get bigger, but definitely the experience got more intense. It seemed as though it got brighter. It seemed as though there was some communication from there that, and mostly also, I was trying to record things. I didn't have anything set up, so I'm writing things down on a paper. And the positive feelings I ended up experiencing. Maybe the positive emotion from it, maybe something from Lady Cannabis. Who knows? Not sure. I still take it as very real. These unusual experiences are very difficult because many times they're subjective. Anyway, and that didn't occur just once, but throughout the evening when I was sitting down thinking, just, having the experience happened several times, as though there was a wave that would go up, down, up, Psychedelics is one way to break through. It stops certain aspects of your brain to allow you to be aware of other aspects of reality that you're not usually aware of. One thing I suggest, just carry on a conversation after you meditate. Meditate for 5 minutes and then spend another 5 minutes just talking to your higher self, talking to God. You do that on a daily basis, and I can guarantee that your life will be better. I will guarantee that. How's that? Okay, I think I'm going to let this go for now. Thank you very much for listening. Okay, I'm just back from my walk, and maybe I hope that I'm going to merge these two videos. I'm just playing with some toys. This is a selfie. Okay, this is my selfie studio that I just set up, that I wasn't able to. I told you when I was, or didn't know how. Anyways, what else do I have to say? Let's recap. Exercise. Do some physical activity every day. Read a good book. Read something worthwhile, or just read is a good start. Good Lord, compared to all the people that, what are we doing now? We're just watching videos too much, watching TV. Okay, what else? Talk to God. Have a little time, quiet time to meditate. Just take a little time for yourself and just be quiet. Learn. Oh, one thing I forgot. Sit up, put your arms on your laps, close your eyes, be aware of your breath. Not your thoughts, your breath. Thoughts come in, well, then you just bring it back to breath. Breath, breath, breath. And then, like I said, breath will be breathing you, and that's always cool. It does wonderful things for your body and mind, and some people even say sociologically, etc. Meditate. Take some time to talk to your guardian angels, your guides, your higher self. Those are all direct connections to the big G, the one, the source, the everything. Everything. Every aspect of existence is a particle of God, particle of that God consciousness. And as we get deep into that consciousness, as we really get into there, we realize the reality of ourselves and our world. So, one way to access that, as I said, is heal your inner child. So you do your inner child work. Guts, heart, things that have been hurt, damaged. Okay, so you learn to let that go. And I'm not saying that stuff disappears, but you're learning to cope effectively with the pain that you had in your life. Like, oh, look at that, got glasses on. Ha! What else? Read a good book, exercise, meditate. Those are all the things. Nutrition. Look at the food you eat. I've looked at a lot of diets. One thing I've realized is that most of the diets, just about all of the diets, are saying the healthiest part they're saying is cut out sugar, minimize your carbs. You get a lot of carbs from your fruits and vegetables. And fruits, higher up in the sugar thing, but hey, eat better than you're eating. That's all you have to do, is take whatever you're looking at. your physicality. Hey, I realized I cut that last video short. This is this is so much easier than my studio with the green screen and all that. Hopefully we'll still use some of that. So another recap. Exercise. Do something good for your body. Read 30 minutes or so a day if you can. Talk to that imaginary person, your higher self, your soul, whatever, every day after you meditate. Meditate 5 minutes once a day. Everyone can do that. Everyone can take that time. You're not too busy for that, I guarantee you. So those are pretty important things. And look at what you're eating. I personally believe you reduce your sugar levels and your carb levels, and that's going to make a big difference. Hey, those are some of my New Year resolutions, to improve on those, and I hope they're yours, and if not, it's a good idea. Think about it. Hey, I love you all. Thanks for listening. Bye. Yeah, subscribe and all that crap. Okay, have a good one, and happy 2024.